What's up, Garrett? I thought you did a fantastic job on this first video project for the creativity module number 1. We both talked about some similar points throughout our videos regarding the creative mind and the creative self and how we can kind of further develop those. What you learned about creativity that you didn't know is something that I also did not know. When you talked about the education system and how it doesn't really work on developing kids' creative skills or problem-solving skills. It kind of just works on developing their cognitive abilities. And this is not good because the education system is producing workers instead of thinkers. And we need thinkers in the job force to think critically and to innovate and change how things work. And so I definitely think that we need to, as a society, see some reform in the education system so it starts working on developing these kids' creative thinking skills and their problem-solving skills instead of just their cognitive abilities. And when you talked about what you learned with your creative self, you talked about how creativity isn't limited to people who are innovators or people who have created, like you said. And that creativity is kind of limitless. It applies to all of us. The thoughts we have on any given day can be creative. It just depends on how we organize them and how we choose to view those thoughts. And I thought that your outlook on that was very interesting and that something I can take away from this module as well. And you talked about how creativity might apply to our job or field. Was very similar to what I talked about, and how jobs nowadays are actively looking for people with creative skills, such as originality, critical thinking, and negotiation. Those were the three that you touched on. And I definitely think this is true. Jobs nowadays, they're automating things to where technology and robots can do menial tasks so that people don't have to do them. So industries are only looking for people who have creative skills. So we as students who are looking to go into the job market in the next few years really need to hone on these creative skills and continue to develop them. And how would this apply to my career or job? I think that originality is the most important one that you talked about that would touch on my career. I talked about wanting to manage a golf course. And you play golf, so you know there's thousands of different golf courses around the world, and they all do very similar things, produce very similar outcomes. So it's really important that I engineer some originality when I pursue this dream, so that people actually want to play at my golf course and I actually have a substantial thing to offer them. So yeah, I really liked what you talked about. We talked about some very similar things. So yeah, bro, keep it up. I look forward to seeing the next video.